Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. I'm here to share with you my design team project for Tsunami Rose for January. And I made this little Valentine, like a mini Valentine journal with a couple of Daisy's beautiful digital kits, which I will have linked under, in the description box. So as you can see, I did a couple of videos where I shared with you how I made the cover. We did some stenciling in the second video, and then I went ahead and finished her up. So she turned out quite chunky here. She's a chunky little girl. She has some beautiful papers in her, and she's just really adorable. So let me untie this little tie. Use the same ribbon as I used to decorate the front cover here as the tie closure. And I hung a little key on it, a little silver key right here, a little charm. I like to do that with my journals. If it goes with the journal, I like to put a little key on the front sometimes, or some kind of little charm. So if you remember, if you saw the first videos, I made this cover out of a pretty pinkish, purplish, mostly pinkish paper bag, and over the front of the paper bag here for the cover, I used some vintage tablecloth, and I really like how you can see the color of the paper bag through the tablecloth here. Isn't that pretty? So, and then I added this vintage Valentine card here, which you can write or put some, a picture or something in there. And I made some little bows out of the ribbon that I just showed you, and there's a little tiny flower that I put on right there as a little decoration. So as we open up, right here in the front, we have the flap from the paper bag, and there is a vintage Valentine card in here, little kitty cat Valentine card, and that has the original envelope there. And so that's just tucked right in here. I left that open so things can be tucked in there or hidden. Secret little notes can be hidden in there. And then once you get your whatever you're putting in there inside, this flap just folds back over. But let me take the ephemera out of the pocket so you can see, but here I decorated the inside here with some of the pretty paper from Daisy's kit. These are a couple of Valentine kits, which if I didn't say it, they will be linked below this video in the description compartment. And on the spine here, I used some of that, that vintage tablecloth, and left it open here so that this could act as a little tuck spot. And let's see, on the flap here, I used a piece that says Follow Your Dreams. I received that in the Happy Mail that I just, published that video this week, and that was from Lori. So I used quite a few of her pieces in here because they were so perfect. She just sent me the perfect pieces to use in my journal, and she didn't even know I was making a Valentine journal. So in that front little tuck spot, I just have, this was the little calendar pieces from Daisy's little Valentine calendar digital kit that I used, and I shrunk them down and made them into journaling cards, backed them with craft cardstock, so they're nice and vintagey looking on the back, but you can write on there and just do whatever you want with those. So that was tucked in there, and I have several of those because there were 12 months worth, so I have several of those throughout the journal, which you will see. And then this is a little vintage Florist card, and I thought this one was perfect for Valentine because it has two little, I guess they're lovebirds in the little bird cage there. Isn't that cute? And this was probably a wedding little florist card that the florist would put with the wedding flowers or a wedding gift or something. So that is tucked in there. So let's just get started with the pages. I have a lot of, I just tucked a lot of, like I said, I just dug through my ephemera and tucked a bunch of stuff in here. So it's got quite chunked out just now from me finishing up putting the finishing touches in by putting some extra ephemera in here. But here's the beautiful pages from the kit. They look like this. A lot of them have lines, so you could write on them if you would like. Here on this side, I printed a lot of the pages, or all the pages actually, on this pink resume paper, So, you know, you will see that. And then here I put a piece from the kit, just a extra little book page actually, you know, and let's see, you can see how it's a double page, and I just put it here as a little flip out so you can write inside there. This is coffee dyed paper. I used some coffee dyed paper in here. This is a little trim I had that I thought went perfect with this, you know, Valentine-y type journal, and so you can see the little pink and the lace, and just went so perfect. I have some of that sewn on several of the pages here, so you'll see that throughout. And then just a little embellishing and decorating with different things, like this is a coffee dyed doily, and this is a little piece I cut out from, you know, if you look at your digital kits, like this one that I used from Daisy, there are things that you can cut out even from the pages. You know, you don't have to just use the ephemera for decorating. And so this little piece was on one of the pages that I had extra. You know, I always end up printing out extra pages by mistake, and then I use them to decorate and make ephemera. So yeah, I just cut that little piece out, and it was so cute right there to decorate that page. So here's a little flip up, flip down, and on the front I've just decorated with a couple pieces from Lori. This little piece right here was from her, a little torn piece that said signature on it. I thought it was so pretty. And then here's one of her little rusty hearts that I put right there that holds the flap down from this flip up, flip down. So this little flap just tucks under there, and you have a little flip up, flip down there. And then when you're ready to close it up, you just tuck your little flap back under that little heart, and you are all sealed, and you know, have your little privacy spot there like that. Okay, and then so over here I put a couple of these little pieces of vintage tablecloth as pockets. So I had a little square, and I folded it together, you know, into a triangle shape. So this is double. I wanted it to be kind of strong even though it was lace, so I just doubled it over, and then I sewed it here on the corner. You can see the stitching on the other side there, so that those came out really pretty. And then in that pocket I have one of the calendar journaling cards. Those are so pretty. Let me show you. You can see all the little squares, and up here has the year and the month. So if you print this out full size, you could actually make a little calendar out of that for your planner or something. And then the little vintage flash card there to have fun with. And on this is a little page here. I used some of the little coffee dyed paper scraps to make, you know, a variety of sizes of pages. And so here's a smaller page here. And then this was two little pieces I received from Lori. This heart, I layered these two hearts right here and made that into a tuck spot. And there's a little picture I put behind it, a little picture like journaling card, or you could always use it for decoration. But this is a little lady I cut out from a Reader's Digest and made her into a journaling card, and she just fit right back there so perfectly. And I think it looks really pretty behind there too. So there you go. There was some, Daisy has some Valentine telegrams that I used in here. Here's one of them I made into a page. So you can see how cute and pretty that is. And it's just so cute. It's a telegram. Besides it being a telegram, it's got the Valentine theme to it. So super cute. Here I have a heart paper clip that, I did receive this from Lori too. And this little ribbon I put on here, that was from her. And it says, you know, things about love and thanks. So I thought that was perfect. And just made that as a decoration for this paper clip. And then under that I had tucked this little piece of ephemera. So that just hooks right on here. And I don't know if I can get it on. Oh, it went right on there. Did you see that? Usually, you know, when you're on video, things give you a hard time, but that did not this time. So here I made a little tuck spot with a piece of that trim that I showed you that I put on the page there. I put a piece there, had an extra little piece, and I thought, well, let me just use that for a little decoration. And then I added a little ticket here, and a piece, this little piece of fabric right here was from Lori, and it says sweet success. And then this was from Lori, it says dreams. It's a perfect little journaling card, and I just stuck it right under there. A little piece of ephemera there. And then on this side is a little paper bag with a piece of ephemera from Daisy's kit. And then there's like two pockets here. So I left the back of the paper bag open right here, if you can see. And then there's a piece of the calendar, the journaling card calendar piece. And then in the paper bag is a little, also a little, a little tag. And that goes right in the paper bag there. Or there, that's like, at least that's where I put it. So here's another page from the kit. Coffee dyed paper with some of that pretty trim. That's all sewn on. And then I dangled a little bulb pin with a pretty little heart charm there from that trim. And then here's a page, heart. This is a page, page from the kit. And then on the back, this is where we did that heart stenciling together. Came out so pretty there as a page. There's a little tiny coffee dyed paper page. A pretty page from the kit. This is from my Valentine there, and you have the two little like angels or cherubs there. And look at the roses, aren't they beautiful? So pretty. And on the back of this page, I put, here's an example of some of the pieces I cut out. Let me take the ephemera out so you can see. Two pieces I cut out from the pages of Daisy's kits, two little hearts here. Just fussy cut those out and layered them on there as a little tuck spot. And then in here, I just, like I said, I was digging through my ephemera. This is a little piece about about trees that was from a book that I just had stashed away. Let me see which side fits in this side better. I had stashed in my ephemera, one of my ephemera drawers here, and this is a little piece that I layered on top of this paper that I received from Sonia, and a little piece of paper there that looks so pretty with the colors just went so well together that I made that into a little ephemera piece. And some more pretty pages from the kit. Look at this one, isn't that gorgeous? So pretty, perfect for Halloween. Valentine journal. Okay, so here's a little piece I cut out from the kit. This was also on a page, and I love this little couple right here. I just was looking for a way to use them as I was working on this journal, and I finally just cut them out and made them into a little pocket here. I thought they were so cute. The little roses over here, aren't they pretty? And here, let me show you without the ephemera so you can see the little, scalloped edge there. So pretty. And then what I have in there is a calendar, one of the calendar pieces. I want to be able to, I want to show you these up close because they're so pretty. Aren't they pretty? That says Valentine greetings on it. And then a vintage Rolodex card. You can see it's brownie. I think you can probably see that. It's probably pretty old. And then here's a little coffee dyed paper. Another one of the telegrams that I made into a page. See all the pretty little Valentine decorations on there. The back of it was coffee dyed. I did on the telegrams. I printed those on paper, and then I coffee dyed the back of them. So they're all nice and colored on the back. This is a little tuck spot that I made with a ticket, a red ticket, and a heart that I just punched out with my heart punch. Out of a page from the kit. And then there's a little oh, this was on a page too, these two little cherubs, or I know one's a cherub, it looks like one's a cherub and one is something else, but anyway, cute little Valentine people. And I just cut them out and made them into a tiny journaling card. Since this is a tiny journal, I wanted to make some small ephemera. So here is a coffee dyed page that I put some more of the trim on. Now you probably could maybe tuck some things under here if you wanted to. And I hung these little keys here as a charm. If there's two little keys here. You can probably see those. And I picked those up at an antique store. And they were already on this little, these little key ring here. And they're probably from an old diary or something. I just thought they were so cute as a little charm. And I hung them on a bulb pin right there from that trim. I just thought they were so adorable. I love those. It's the only ones I have, but I thought, I want to use my stuff. So here on this page, another beautiful page from the kit. I'm just holding it up because this is so small. I don't know how if you can see it very well when I put it down here. But here's the envelope I showed you that I was working on in one of the videos, one of the envelopes that I made from my Atlas page and then decorated it with pieces from the kit. You know, here's the front, here's the little flap, and then in here, here's the piece of the calendar that I put on the back. And then here I put a piece of coffee dyed paper, but I decorated it with some little scraps from the kit. So I just put a little piece up there, like as if I was making my own stationery. That's what I was thinking when I, you know, it's simple, but you know, it adds a little cute, pretty little touch there. And then I just tucked it in here like this, so it would kind of, you could see it from this flap like this. And I thought it was just so pretty, kind of just hanging out from this flap here. Coffee dye, oh, this is coffee dyed on the back, but this is another piece, one of the telegrams. See how gorgeous those are? Really pretty. This is a little flip up here that I made, you know, one of these little flip ups, and you can write in here. I decorated with some scraps from the vintage tablecloth, because they're very lacy looking little pieces. You know, they just look like lace when you have little scraps. So lacy scraps there behind this little piece that I fussy cut out from the pages, and it's a little heart shape, and on it is two little hearts that say true. I thought that was pretty. And then here's a vintage bridge tally card. It has a pretty little hummingbird on it with some pink flowers. And so that's, you know, an original authentic piece of ephemera there. And then this was from Lori, a little, I'm going to say it's a word card because it just has words on the front and back. And then I decorated it with a couple little hearts right there. And a little double heart. I think I cut that out from one of the pages. And as you can see, sorry, I'm trying to find the camera there when I'm holding stuff up. But here's another telegram. There's lots of pages in here. I didn't even really count. I didn't really count the pages yet. I'll put it in the listing, and I'll tell you the size if I remember before we leave today. And so I probably should get moving so my camera doesn't cut me off. But this is a little piece from a refill of a little, you know, old, I think it's a double page here, is it? Yeah, a little double page from the address book that was this size. You know what I mean? This is not, I didn't cut this or anything. This is how it was, a little tiny address book, and a pretty playing card to go match the whole look of this journal and digital kit. And here's the center where I did put a bookmark in here. So here's a little ribbon bookmark. It's all, I didn't mention it at the beginning, but this is all sewn. I sewed the paper bag and the, you know, when I had it all together, the tablecloth piece here and the inside, I sewed it across the top. So this, at that time, I had this ready to go, the bookmark. So this is all sewn together at the top, and I did the same thing with the cover on the bottom here when I was getting the lace on the spine and everything. So that is sewn on the top and the bottom. I couldn't sew it on the side because I wanted to leave the paper bag open for tuck spots. So right here in the middle on the strings, I have the tiniest little charms. They're little gold hearts right here and here. So cute. I dug through my charms looking for little hearts, and I found a couple. So I put those right there. So this is the back half. I'm going to go a little faster if I can. I know I did tuck a lot of ephemera in here, but here's a pocket here with a calendar piece, and this is a place card that can be used as a journaling card. You could coffee dye that if you want. It's just in its original state. I didn't coffee dye it. And a telegram. Now here's a little charm I put on here. This little piece right here I got from Lori. This little round piece. It was like a key tag. You know, the key tags with the like paper or cardstock in the middle and the metal rim. And I punched out with my little tiny circle punch some little circles from the digital kit scraps, and just decorated both sides with scraps. I don't know if I can turn it over right now, but it's got pretty little pieces of from the kit on there, and made a little charm out of it, and it's hanging on a little safety pin there. Some more of that pretty trim, the telegram piece. This is an envelope like I showed you in the first half, and I decorated that this one too with a piece like I was making stationery. That's the paper inside the envelope, and this one I cut with a little kind of decorative edge there, if you can see, to make it, like I said, I pretended like I was making my own stationery, and that's the stationery made for that envelope. Let's see, so pretty pages from the kit, some coffee dyed paper, more trim, coffee dyed, oh, this is coffee dyed on this side, and another telegram, and coffee dyed paper. Here I cut a heart from one of the pages, and these were scraps that I just, see, they were backed with some of the, this is 2 layers. I wanted to make these strong, so I backed them with some extra pieces of that pink resume paper to double these up and make them strong, so they're in there as little writing spots. Here's a really beautiful page from one of Daisy's Valentine kits. She has a, I do have her kit, which I use some of it in here, but I'm going to use some more of it and make some Valentines, I believe, for my February design project. And they're actually, you can actually use them, like I used one piece in here as a page. You can see I made it the right size, or you can use them to make actual Valentine cards. So that might be what I do for my next month's project, because look how cute they are. And they're very retro or vintage looking, just so adorable. And then, so here's another page from the kit, the Valentine journal kit. Here's a little piece I fussy cut out from a page and put right there as a decoration. And a pretty little page from the kit. Isn't it beautiful? The lines down here. And coffee dyed paper. So this is our stenciled heart page. Beautiful page from the kit. Coffee dyed paper with some more pretty trim. This is a page from the, oh, here's the, okay, here's the other side of the coffee dyed paper, and a page from the kit here. That one was double-sided. Here's another little paper bag I put here with, decorated with this pretty flower, and just added a flash card here, one of those vintage flash cards, and one of the calendars from Daisy's kit. And that's on a coffee dyed vintage music book page. And some of the telegram, coffee dyed paper. Here's another one of the double over, lace or vintage tablecloth pockets on a beautiful, look at this one, it has birds on it. Very beautiful. There's some hearts down here, just really pretty. I love the colors for Valentine's. And little journaling card there, the calendar. And this is just a little piece of like a little card I made from a book page. See, I just folded it, put a little writing room in here, and a little decoration on the front, and it says "with love" there. So I thought that was nice to put in here as a little journaling spot. Here is a piece of that coffee dyed doily that I showed you in the first half. Another little flip up here, and a calendar page there, and a bookmark that I just showed you in my recent, it was today, this morning, that I posted that video where I showed you the bookmarks that I brought home from the thrift store. And a piece of ephemera just fell out. I'll get that in a second. Trim. Here's our rows that we stenciled together, and we're in the back. So here's the back tuck spot here where I have another calendar. Pretty piece from the kit here. And what just fell out was this tag that I have put in here because it's a heart tag. But this is my tag that I made for my 52 tag challenge, 52 tags in a year challenge with Ann Brooke. But it has a pretty little heart on it, so I thought, well, why not go ahead and use it in this journal? So I had that tucked right there. And then in the back pocket here, see, I cut this. This is the bottom of the paper bag. And I just cut a little sliver off here so that we could have a pocket here. And in here I also put a pretty beautiful little card. Now this one's not a Valentine card, but it's with its original. You can see how old this envelope is. It's browning and beautiful. And then here it's a little happy birthday card. Isn't it adorable? And it has a little kitty cat there with some roses. So I thought that was so cute. And I don't know if I have enough time to show you all of the goodies, but here's the goodie bag. I already have it ready. When you see this video, this will be in my shop, but I have things like a pink doily, a heart bag full of goodies here, all kinds of fun goodies, okay? And then I went, like I said, I went digging through my ephemera, and I've pulled out all little bits and pieces of fun papers that you'll be able to use in this journal or wherever, whatever journal you want. Here's a scrap from the kit, just to show you an example of all the goodies. And in here, this is a little heart drawstring bag. And so you've got like 3 bags, a white heart bag, this is a, you know, fabric, and this pink bag you'll get to use. And then here I have a bunch of little bits and pieces, little pieces of punch, you know, punches like flower punches, heart punches, buttons, and so that's what's in here. So just, I think my camera's going to cut me off, so I want to, you know, finish this up, but just, trust me, there's a bunch of little fun goodies in here, just to, so you get kind of a look at it. And so I hope you enjoyed the journal. I enjoyed making it. So I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching today, and happy crafting.